The US elections are important because the USA is the world's largest economy, accounting for over a fifth of total global GDP in 2011. So whatever policies are implemented in the USA will have large reverberations for the rest of the world. The elections come at an important time for the US at the moment because of its looming fiscal cliff, persistently high unemployment, and also problems with public finances. Obama's win is likely to mean more diplomatic trade relations with China than if Romney had come to power. So America's relationship with China is important because China is the world's second largest economy, America's first largest import market, and third largest export market. So Romney, if he had come to power, had promised to label China as a currency manipulator. Now, currency manipulation effectively means that a currency is priced artificially low, and this effectively acts as a subsidy for exports. So Obama has stopped short of labelling China a currency manipulator, but he has been critical of some of its economic policies, and he's also talked about bringing some jobs which are transferred to China back to America. Obama and Romney had very different foreign policies. So during his term in office, Obama had cut military defence spending in 2011 and had also withdrawn troops from Iraq and Afghanistan. Romney, on the other hand, wanted to reverse the cuts to the military defence budgets and also favoured military intervention in Iran to combat the threat of it getting access to nuclear weapons. So Obama favoured a more diplomatic approach, and this really means that for the short term at least, military action in Iran looks unlikely, so an increase in America's spending on defence is also unlikely. In the short term at least, Obama's re-election has had a positive impact on the markets in Europe, and this is really due to the stability provided by his re-election. Obama's election victory will go some way to redressing America's income inequality problem. America ranked third worst among developed countries according to the Gini index in 2011 with a score of 47, where 0 represents perfect equality and 100 represents total inequality. So Romney had wanted to introduce tax cuts which favour higher earners, and this would have increased America's income inequality further. Obama has pledged to introduce tax reforms and in the past has favoured tax raises for millionaires. So the results today also mean that America's universal healthcare bill will continue to be implemented, and this will go some way to redressing the inequalities in America's healthcare system. The average American spent nearly $7,000 in 2011 on healthcare, and this is more than double the average spent in developed countries. So this bill will really go some way to freeing up consumers' disposable income and give a boost to America's consumer goods industry at the same time. Although the unemployment rate in America had risen from 5.8% of the economically active population in 2008 to 9.6% in 2010 due to the recession, it had been reduced to 7.9% by October 2012. This was partially a result of Obama's actions such as bailing out American car manufacturers. Obama, as part of his election manifesto, had pledged to create more jobs. One of the biggest challenges facing Obama going forward is the so-called fiscal cliff. This is a wave of tax rises and spending cuts which could come into play in January 2013 if the government doesn't take decisions about its finances. This could trigger another economic downturn and could also trigger a rise in unemployment. Another issue is that Congress is divided again, so this could cause further political battles.